something that I have so much belief in it that it hurts sometimes. All right. It hurts to know that people for 50, 60, 70, 80 years have struggled through loss of jobs, through horrible jobs, through no jobs. And when I think back about that, I'm more grateful every single day for what MUFAREH has accomplished for all of us. Nothing's perfect. No one ever will be perfect. I myself am not perfect. Red's pretty, but he's not perfect either. And he will get me later for that. But I'm happy to say this, that we're still here for a reason. MUFAREH is still here for a reason. There's nothing that's going to stop him from doing what he's doing.
As he's not here.
There's nothing that's going to stop me, I believe, Red, Marty, from doing what we're doing. And all the other people that are out there that are, we're not pushing it, we're sharing it. And we don't care about the critics. We care about doing what's right. I think that's what ONPASSIVE standards were built on, doing what's right, removing the evil from this world, removing the corruption. I think we see it every day. Just turn on your news channel. We want to help people all over the world, in every part of the world. We want to keep doing this. I want to keep doing this until I die. Truth. I want to see people from all over the world that succeeded where they never could succeed before. And that's the amazing part. And a lot of people said, you know, they call me a little crazy. That's okay. Being crazy is not a bad thing. Some of the greatest leaders in the world were crazy. And why were they called crazy? Because they had an idea they thought wasn't possible. I think men and women of this world that have created things have impressed a lot of people. Like, how many times have we said, there's no way that's going to happen? They said that about the moon. There's no way we're going to get a man on the moon. There's no way we're ever going to get to Mars. Well, I got news for you. I don't believe anything's impossible. I think the possibilities are there with people like MUFAREH, who have the mind and the sense to study things, to observe things, and change things for the entire world, not just for his family. Big shout out to his wife.
He just loves shit.
I will say this at least twice a week, for the sacrifice they made to share their dad and their husband with us. You don't know it, but he does spend a lot of time away from his family working this business to get it right. And I came from that kind of where I did work a lot, was away from my family a lot because of work, and it's no fun. But his purpose is a lot bigger than mine was, just to get into a pension or that end of that 30 years. His purpose is to change things that he's seen wrong for so many years. He will get knocked down for what he's saying and what he's doing, but that's okay, because they said the same thing about every single big thing in this world that's happened. The wheel. Back then there was probably a caveman said, "Oh, you crazy wheel? What's a wheel?" Listen, it started from somewhere. There's been inventions upon inventions. Business is about a business. Then we get into technology. If you would have told me 20 years ago that I'd be talking on a webinar right now and to the entire world, I would have thought you're crazy. If you'd have told me that I'd be able to talk to Red for halfway around the world on my cell phone, I would have thought you're crazy. Many people thought people were crazy for coming up with stuff like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk. You know, I'm just naming a couple that put things in place that we all enjoy. Ford's, Chrysler, GM, they put 4 wheels under all of us. They put beautiful vehicles under all of us. Why? Because they had a dream, Chris? They had an idea, and they were knocked down for it. And
I thought they sucked. They worked you to the bone. It
didn't stop them from doing what they did. I'm thankful for the crazy people that want to come out and do something great. So, Red, I don't know where Marty went. If you sent you a note, I wasn't looking.
Yeah.
I'm going to hand it back to you because I need a drink of water.
No problem, my friend. Yeah, Marty's just had to slide off for 5 minutes or so. He's going to try his very best to be back. It's a bit of a family emergency. So myself and Chris here holding the fort until our CEO, MUFAREH, comes on. Actually, I wanted to pick up on what Chris is saying there, really about why are we doing this? You know, why are we still very vocal, very active within the ONPASSIVE community? And it's not just us three, by the way. It's many, many, many of you. And actually, the amount of people who are stepping up to the mark to be more vocal is increasing, not decreasing. Now, I'm sure you have all had your fair shares of why you're still doing it. Why are you still believing it? Why are you still active in it? Can't you see this? And obviously that. And we've heard it all before. So I'm going to tell you my reason. And the reason I am still as active over the 6 years on within ONPASSIVE is because I've got belief and faith, not only in our CEO, but more importantly, of what is going to be happening. Now, Chris was talking about crazy people inventing crazy stuff. And if it wasn't for the crazy people, then some of these things would never happen. I'm going to give you one example. Now, when I was a kid, and you guys probably used to have this as well, Star Trek was on, wasn't it? You know, I can remember as a kid, Star Trek, you know, the old beam me up, Scotty. Remember that one? You had that thing, beam me up, Scotty, right? And it was all very sci-fi-y, and it was all very 1970s. Now, I can remember as a kid thinking, wow, wouldn't it be so cool if we could have something like that in the future? Guess what? We've got that and more than what we saw on the TV. The only thing that you can't do is teleport somebody. But the talking into a cell phone to another area, sending pictures, looking at their face on a screen, we've got all that. Now, it makes you think a little bit, doesn't it? Did they know back then that that was going to be around? And I always feel that a little bit about
I was like, wasn't that Star
TVs
Trek?
and all the rest of it, is they kind of drip feed us a little bit of stuff that's coming in the future, so we don't freak out when it happens. We get almost used to it. But without these people who have got this vision of what is going to happen in the future, guess what? We won't move forward. We won't evolve as a human race. We will become very stagnant and actually maybe regress and go backwards. Places have done that when they take their foot off the gas, so to speak, and don't keep moving forward. With ONPASSIVE, and especially my journey, I believe on what is happening here. Ash said once, didn't he?
I believe what's happening.
We've all got that feeling about ONPASSIVE. We've got that feeling that something's going on here, something a little bit different that's out of the norm that we don't see. Some of us get it. An awful lot don't. And that's why an awful lot of people say to all of us, Red, what are you doing? You've been at it 6 years, and why are you still doing it? I'm doing it because I believe in what we are trying to achieve. I believe that we really are trying to defy what is that business mold, to change things for the better, to allow everybody to have a fair shot of being able to make their way online without getting ripped off, without costing them a fortune, have a safe haven that they can park their bus knowing full well that nobody is going to rip them off. Now, that's a rarity, isn't it? How many of you have, in one way, shape or form, had something taken from you online? Whether it be cloning your bank card, whether it be a scam, whether it be investing in something. The list is endless, but I can bet you that there is more than 50% of the people who are watching this right now who have lost or had something taken from them because of being online, whether it be banking, whether it be investments, or whatever it may be. This is why ONPASSIVE is here to change those normals. And it is a normality, isn't it now? Any business online has a certain amount or certain percentage that they put to one side to actually pay. Jane uses Vinted online, buying and selling secondhand clothes, all the rest of it. This is how she makes a little bit of pocket money on the side. Guess what? They have an insurance with that because it happens so often, whether it doesn't get posted, gets stolen in traffic or en route or whatever it is, that they have to put a little bit of insurance in there for that effect because it happens so often. And unfortunately, this is the norm of what happens online. Along comes ONPASSIVE to change all that, to have that safe haven. How is it going to be achieved? Guess what? Every single person who's going to be within ONPASSIVE, the ecosystem, is going to be verified for number one. A real, legitimate person, not a makey fakey that you might think's your best mate who's selling a load of lies about you and you get all upset, but actually it's not them. How many times do you see on Facebook them saying, ignore any messages from me, I've been hacked. If you have a friend request from me, it's because I've been hacked. That ain't going to happen in ONPASSIVE. Why? Because we're going to make sure every single person
That's a
who's
lie.
within the ecosystem is a verified, real, legitimate person, not hiding behind a fake
That
name,
doesn't stop
hiding behind
hacking.
a fake face. They're going to be real people. This is why I'm still excited about ONPASSIVE. This is why I'm still vocal about ONPASSIVE, because I believe in the journey and I believe what is happening here. Right, Chris, I'm going to hand it back to you and you can introduce our CEO.
Okay. I know Marty should be my Ash brother. Marty's off for a little bit. He's got a little issue. I'm sure he'll
There
be
he
back.
is.
It's nice to see you. Thank you for coming. I know you just got out of a meeting, brother. We love you, man. It's
Thank
all
you.
you. It's all you, brother.
I appreciate you. I appreciate the professionalism here. The groom, Charles Osong here. Oh, that's another one. And yeah, of course, DeGarmo has many issues. Not just one. All right. I hope you're doing good. I apologize. I wanted to come sooner, but the reason is because I was taking time to get some more details, and I was actually in the system. We're logging in, delivered before the time. So last time we talked,
Oh,
we talked about
no.
a possibility of us having a link, and we're able to log in the system and go live. That has been achieved. I have a copy open on my machine here, and it is better than I thought. So a couple of things are way better today than before. Let me update you. The first thing, and I want to say the overall betterment, and then we're going to say talk about the mechanical betterment. So overall, today, not only we're on the right track, we're in a much better position strategically than we were 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months ago. Today, we are in the perfect position that I wanted to be years ago. And that position is to have the right talent to help us reach our goal sooner, effectively, more efficient, and in the safest possible way. That was the dilemma previously. As of now, the best part is we have the talent, and I want to focus and underline the word talent better than experience. Somebody could have 30 years experience of just flipping tacos or burger, whatever, right? Doesn't impress me. You're doing the same thing. You're uncreative. You're not creative for 30 years. You should have reached a
Classism.
new level in the taco industry. But to have the right caliber, the character, the honesty, the integrity, the talent, creativity, that is a rare combination. People that get it quickly, seamless progress, right on time. In fact, a couple of occasions before time, ahead of time. That's how I give this level of confidence. And this is why I'm really looking forward to what's coming, the future, and share that with you. So the level of talent that we have is something really better than my dream, really. So I
What
really
is
want you to rest
this?
assured we've got the talent to take us where we want to go much faster than we thought before.
I'm sorry, we're just gonna have to be behind. I have to complain for a minute because here's the thing: when he hired on all of the Mohammeds, you may remember, it became a thing where it was like the Mohammeds, the talented Mohammeds. They're the biggest talent in all the world, best experienced, and now here we are, right? And none of them are still with OnPassive, and now they were all hacks, and he's hired talent as of today. And it's only going to be a matter of time until, those people also suck. And then he's going to be hiring new talent because he's probably not paying them. How long are they going to work without getting paid for? Hopefully not 8 months like the last group,
Now things are making sense. All right.
They don't deserve this. They're too good.
So the other thing is not only the overall position, we're in a perfect spot today than the last year or so. Not only that, but also because we have this new setup, we're confident that we're able to go to a higher ground than we previously thought we could achieve in ONPASSIVE.
Right? Like,
that give us the motivation. It gives us the excitement that yes, now whatever we throw on at the table, then we're able to make it happen seamlessly. So it's really like a dream come true. That's the bottom line. In conclusion, not just failure is not an option. I can tell you, we got it. We absolutely got it. And that's it. There's no mystery. There's not a question like, are we able to recover, to give back the data, this, that, okay. That's done. As of today, I can confirm with you, we have recovered the business. We're not going away. We're coming back, but not just back. All right?
No, we're promising more.
Much stronger, with the right people, with the right caliber, with the right integrity, with the right talent again. So all in all, we're, I think, better direction, better position.
Maybe if you keep saying talent, they'll actually have talent.
Enormous success that lies ahead. Now, I'm saying this not because of what I heard or the promise, which previously I got ahead of myself, okay? It's a confession based on what I heard.
And apparently you didn't learn anything. Because, like, I'm sitting here now listening to this, and I'm like, why would you come out here and announce that this is coming sooner than the 29th and do that to yourself when we all know it's probably not even going to be ready for the 29th? So apparently you didn't learn your lesson, and you're literally doing it right now, dude. literally doing it right now. Again.
Take it as like people mean what they say. Apparently not all the time. So what happened is now I'm seeing it. And in fact, the conversation previous to this, right ahead of this, it was,
like last week?
do you realize the effort that was done with the minimal resources and the time? We were just like really exchanging how speechless we are. It's like hard to believe, but that gave us like seeing the screen, seeing the accomplishment, the quality, the seamless aspect of it. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Okay. So
Get
what's
off
next?
your phone.
That's what matters, right? As of tomorrow. So what I told you last week, it's all done, right on time. What I told you the previous weeks, I will address it now, or maybe a couple of weeks ago. So is it a matter that we are coming back? You're going to have the login to go to check your account live again? 100%. Just a matter of days. Okay. So which scenario? That's it. The scenario that is right around the corner. Okay. So this is not something I'm told. This is something I'm seeing. I'm sure you understand that there has been a change in my method, to communicate
Not
with you. I'm not
really.
going to open my mouth until I see the facts. Not going to do it again. So that's what happened. So what I told you about the different scenarios, those are done. So it doesn't matter. It's not 3 months. It's not questionable matter of like, are we able to recover everything or no? No, it's absolutely in hand. We got it. That's not a question anymore. Not a question which scenario. The scenario now just the coming days. Okay, don't take that because tomorrow this is what's next. Tomorrow we're going to have this X time estimated.
Honestly.
I might not necessarily
This
change it.
website has been down since June 27th, but for some reason they say the 24th. So I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, we can add on a few days. Like, I won't argue with you if you want to make it longer. But what company do you know would be able to function without their website or anything for that long? Like, I don't feel like this has been pressing enough for him. Like it's kind of like, what are you doing? Why is it taking so long? This is months. This isn't days. This isn't weeks. And to be like, oh, it will be back up in days now, I'm supposed to be optimistic?
Share it with you for obvious reasons. We
It was.
want to get closer to the accomplishment point, to the finish line, so that we can be more accurate.
Like, what?
All right.
What does that mean?
We could decide to give you a range. That's A, timeline. B, which is more important, is DeGarmo okay? Joking aside now, is he okay? Like, he's just having
Shorty,
Surely.
JJ's having issues.
God. Okay. I hope everything will be okay.
Maybe he has to parent. Why does it have to be issues, by the way? Like, there's been times where I've had to stream before, and then, like, my family's needed me for something, and I've had to be like, sorry, guys, thought I'd be able to stream today. It's not looking right in the cards. Monday was like that for me. Like, but you don't have to come out here and be like, my kid's having problems. Like, I feel like sometimes they say that they're having problems because they're so obligated. So they don't think it's okay to just be like, I'm sorry, I can't make it. Like, something came up. That's all you have to say. You know, like if people are making you feel bad and saying that you don't have the right to not be there for another obligation, that's worrisome. That's worrisome. Like, I don't have my mods then writing me going, well, you said that you were going to be able to stream today. So if you don't stream today, then I'm going to be mad at you. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's weird. That's not normal behavior. Like, so when Marty's like, oh, I got to go handle something, it's like, I hope Marty's okay and that he's not going through anything. And at the same time, though, I also hope that he's not feeling so obligated to this that he feels like he has to lie and come up with some like issue that's happening instead of just being like, he goes live every day. Like, could he not just take today to like go handle some stuff with his family without having his shit blasted? Like, even though we're not fans of Marty, but I hold the same rules for everyone. So if I wouldn't like them doing this to some O founder in South Africa, then I also don't like it when they're doing it to Marty. Even though Marty's kind of an asshole and he often does it to other people, it doesn't help that they, do it to him, right? That's probably part of the problem here. The obligation and the loyalty that they have for this is a lot. As you guys know, Marty, Chris, Red, they all, they're the top people here. But it's like, if anyone's earned themselves a day to miss the 360 and not give an excuse, is it not one of them then? Like, even they are at a position apparently where they can go handle stuff with their family without missing this, without it being like some big deal. Like, why is it even mentioned? Like, sure, be like, sorry guys, Marty couldn't make it today. That's it. That's all you have to say. There shouldn't be anything else, and he shouldn't need any more of a reason.
We'll
Does
see
that make sense?
if we can connect with him. Now,
Yeah, she is on here. I'm sure he's listening.
okay, yeah, we're going to try to connect with him because of B. We're going to have to see the time that we go to the next phase of ONPASSIVE. That's another formula we are
See, that's
figuring
the
out.
thing about like the control of this is that it's not about the money. And coercive control is a crazy thing that can make you feel obligated when you are not obligated at all. You shouldn't be showing your loyalty for this person. It's very similar to the reason why people in DV relationships keep going back. It's like this false sense of obligation that you have, right? And that's kind of what I'm worried about here. It's like he shouldn't feel obligated. It should be completely fine for him to not show up for one day. He's gone live every single day for like definitely 3 or 4 years straight now. And he's not getting paid. I mean, he gets his AdSense and donos and stuff, but all creators get that. Let's be real. I'm not acting like that's something extra. I mean, does it add to them maybe not understanding the struggles of other people that maybe don't have that? Yeah, and I'll bring that up when the time comes. But at the same time, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, they get AdSense, so it doesn't matter that this MLM isn't paying them. It's still supposed to be paying them already after you're in an MLM for 6 years if you're not making something,
I hope things will be fine, brother. Don't worry, okay? We're with you.
Time to wake up.
Can send you an army. But we're going to decide how long, or based on how long would it take us to go to the next phase of ONPASSIVE. If you're paying attention, you know what that means, okay? If it's
not really
manageable, and then I will kind of like explain to you what the next phase
And then I'll kind of explain to you
of ONPASSIVE for
what
the
the
first time
next
today. I'll
phase is.
share with you. If it's a reasonable time frame, then we're not going to do much in ONPASSIVE as is.
What?
Take it as a view period, as a bridge, a funnel to go to the next phase, but internally and professionally and formally. Okay, because we have to communicate through the back
What?
office and your subscription, whether it's free, paid, unpaid, doesn't matter.
Thank you,
Founder,
Baron.
affiliate, customer. So
I'm having a
if
hard
that
time following. I'm sorry.
time, it, again, reasonable, acceptable, we'll assess that. Then we move, we start working on giving you more
I think he's explaining the
details about the
phases.
next phase and timelines and all of that, right? So you can expect it. It's really a new chapter, all right? A better chapter. The best chapter, if you wish.
He's not really describing anything that you're not supposed to be doing in a business. Like, yeah, you run your business, I assume, in phases. If it's a technology company, yeah. And you're always kind of bettering the technology, right? And perfecting it, yeah. Like, he explains it to these guys like he's explaining some crazy new thing that he's doing, but this is just the process of advancing your tech business, really. It's just
Now,
a convoluted version.
when
Yay, Sherry!
figure out tomorrow if it's going to be,
Oh, Sherry!
say, more than a couple of months, all right?
What?
Which is okay. Then we can discuss a final trial with ONPASSIVE as is. All right, like a wrap up.
Okay, so hold on. Sorry, this has been one of the hardest thought processes of his to follow from start to finish in a while. Okay, so you're doing the testing with the site privately right now because you got your links on Sunday, as we're aware. And then you're saying that it's going to happen in phases. And then hopefully in 2 months, it will be the final phase. So does that mean that on Sunday, when everything goes back on, apparently, whenever you're done your private testing, that it's not launching to the public at that time? Are we doing it where it's only going to be for the O founders again for a while as we go through phases, and then it's launching? So, like, pretty much the same as last time? Is that what he's saying here? Joe's been a member for 41 months. Go, Joe. Oh fuck, I'm having such a hard time because I feel like that's what he just said. We're going through phases, and then in a couple months we're going to be in the final phase, and I'm assuming that he means that would be the phase where he feels like the products are perfected enough to go live with them. But I feel like everyone is talking and they've all been feeling like this thing's just going live on Sunday. You know?
So we basically have those two scenarios. So we are going to know more and all those details tomorrow. And if we feel it's reasonable, the next time we meet, we can talk to you about the timeline and which scenario we're going to go for. And expect within that time frame, you would be able to at least go to the login point.
Time to turn green. You join my fabulous naysayer member. So you can hit the join button on my channel there under the video. Or if you, for whatever reason, and you don't even have to tell me, cannot do that, then usually at the beginning of the month, I do gift 10 memberships. So hopefully you'll grab one of those at some point as well. Alves has been a member for 19 months. I'm mad I'm not catching up on Joe. Time to take matters into my own hands. So there's two scenarios. I guess scenario one is just everything goes live on Sunday, and then this was scenario two.
We will communicate through the back office.
We keep getting these
So what's
fucking scenarios.
required from you at this point? A couple of things. Mainly, rest assured that we are not going away. We're coming back, and we're making a historical comeback. And things are going to be more visible to you. So you're going to see it. We're not going to talk about it, right? And then I like your input to share the buzz and to share the excitement and to express how good is what we have. I already know that. Done. But I want you to see it with your. It's literally, it's going to make you speechless. So rest assured. And second thing is, please, if you believe in this concept and this journey, stick around, stay close. The coming days are crucial as we transition to a new height.
Oh no.
Okay, so if you care about this, stay close. Okay, and make sure you pay attention to every update, every chance we get to meet. Third thing is potentially next week or within the next days. Okay, not like I don't want to say a month, but let's say less than half a month. All right, within the next days.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
What's the 24? Let's say by the first week of October. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
We're already pushing it now.
It is reasonable to expect some critical updates about the current situation of ONPASSIVE.
What?
And the last thing
Not so
I want to mention
far.
right now is to give you a little bit of clarification about the next phase of ONPASSIVE. What do we mean in the next phase of ONPASSIVE? So the evolution started as the following. Number one,
Distraction.
we had an Excel sheet. That's where we were preparing the business. So when we have a business, basically a website or a back office, we feed it there. All right, manual. Then our business grew faster than we thought, much bigger than we thought. So we created Go Founders. That was December 2018. And that was not in the benefits or the promises of Go Founders now, Go Founders previously. It was
okay.
not one of the requirements. We just decided to make it happen because we decided to go to a higher level of the products, do it all in one platform. So it's going to take longer, and we're going to do it all in-house. Because of that, and there's a high demand on the founder's position, we did not want to shut down that ability and not to be consumed energy-wise.
Why, does he not sound good or something?
Just by catering to the founders and the volume that's coming in at records we've never seen before, truly, in any company. And the globality of what we had is really the definition of a global business. We touched every corner of the planet, literally. So then we wanted to automate the process so people would have a link. We don't need to be involved in the transaction of somebody joining or offering them.
Really?
had,
It sounds fine for me, so I don't know, guys. I don't know. Maybe this will help.
I'm talking about yourself. If it's possible today, I don't know if it's just telling me the timelines or that's what they think. Because I'm aiming for something super giant, and they're probably doing something as like a tiny application. So there was a
It's
gap,
still
okay,
messing up.
between the vision and the timeline and the accomplishment. But make no mistake, there was a lot of work done. And then when we became this big and we've expanded internationally and became known in many countries, things, took a different height, multiple applications, different departments, all of that. And with that, there was a chaotic situation was created, which is getting off track, with volume. We've hired the wrong people, etc., all of that. But we realized that was not exactly what we've envisioned, time-wise, quality, nor the overall accomplishment. So earlier this year, you probably know, a couple of months ago, there was a major breakdown, okay, that forced us to question everything, even from the beginning, and evaluate. So we knew that it's not going to work to continue on the same track, or on the same,
Okay, guys, I'm setting up a new one. One sec.
Pace or momentum. It's not going to work. Okay. Different departments were just hitting in the wrong direction or the opposite direction, and all of that, whether intentional or unintentional, just the way they thought it is. So all in all, when that happened, we were forced to literally stop the ship and reflect which direction we want to move on to. Now, I want to remind you, even from the early days of ONPASSIVE, we
All right,
said
guys, I've
this is
set up a
only
new one,
one
so I'll see you
phase.
soon.
There are more to come.
And hopefully the audio works.